Clash Royale.
Welcome back, everybody, to the SSL round of 8 here at the Nexon Arena. We're in the midst of Solar versus Deer, and this is not going the way we thought it was going to go, Rapid.
Well, I don't think it's going the way Deer thought it was going to go either, Valdez. It is certainly a strange world that we live in, with Solar now up 2 games over Deer, coming in to match 3 on Frost.
Yeah, I think Deer should be able to pull this one back, but Frost is going to be an interesting match. You know, if they do get it cross spawns, it'll get Deer some space to get into those macro games. Maybe that's where he'll get comfortable and he can take one game.
No, man, this is that map where you really don't expect the proxy hatch. So we'll see if that comes out again. Always exciting. Best of 5, but with game number 3 coming up, this could be our last game. Our first best of 5. Let's get into game number 3.
On Frost for this PVZ. Game number 3 up in the top left in the red. It is Solar. Looking to close this one out.
So the fans have to say for Solar. Looks like I'm expecting a 3-1 victory for Solar. Also calling out our Korean announcer saying, are you still neutral after this? Maybe changing their mind, but here we go. This is Deer. See what they have to say about him. Saying, I'm still neutral for this one, but I do see a change in Deer's expression, so looking forward to this rematch. Oh my god. Almost blocking the spawning pool there. Cheeky little probe, able to
cheeky
get in there. I mean, probes actually do have those little blue cheeks on the side, so
they do.
That's why it's an appropriate comment.
I think they're the cutest worker.
Well, definitely. They're also the most deadly. No other worker can drop a pylon in your face. Or in your
also,
base.
I mean, they have electricity, right? So, what does the Terran have? They have a drill?
I think that's
maybe
like
the
some
drill
sort of
is more
prismatic plasma power. I don't know if that counts as electricity.
I don't know. I'm not the lore guy.
Or
but it looks
physicist.
like electricity.
That
it's
is
like he
true.
zaps you, you know?
The drone looks like electricity. It zaps like electricity.
Yeah.
It must be electricity, Valdez.
I mean, that's what they say, right?
That
about
is
electricity,
in fact
right?
what they say.
And the drone is definitely the weakest worker because he just has little claws, and then the Terran has the drill, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah. Terrans are
Terran?
actually giant mechas.
Yeah.
They're like mining with Gundams in the mineral line, trying to get those minerals. Way less awesome than this is like the boring part of that anime. It's like they just don't show the part where the Gundams are used to mine blue minerals for the Terran. I almost said Imperium of Man, but that's the wrong Terran. My bad. Well, here comes the first Adept out onto the map. A Zealot queued up. Kind of interesting to see early Zealots come out. Used to just 1 or 2 Adept pressure, but see the Observers now focusing on that too.
I wonder if that's a misclick.
Well, sometimes you start the Zealot and then cancel it if you don't immediately need it, because if your Adept scouts out something super cheesy, having that high DPS melee unit is really good to block the front door. But no, he's actually going to let it finish.
He's going to let it finish, and he's going to put it right at his door, I assume. Maybe he wants to really focus on getting over to the other side of the map and not worrying about his front door. You know, make one Zealot so it can protect, and then only pump out Adepts, and then maybe attack with the Oracle and the Adepts at the same time?
It'd be an interesting timing for sure, and Oracles at the same time can be sort of positioned off to the side, so when the Adept pressure hits, you know, you have to focus both the Adept and where the Adept is going to shade, and then the Oracle gets in and kills all your workers. So some interesting possibilities as we do start things out. However, with Overlord speed finishing, that is going to be an interesting timing to see whether or not this pressure will work, and it certainly will not with the Zealot blocking there.
Yeah, and this is exactly what he was going for. He even hides the Adepts on the right side, even though he saw it already with the Overlord. But the Adepts, I guess, are just going to protect the very early third base. And this is what I was talking about. Maybe this is going to be the map for Deer, where he can just get an early third base and macro up and get into more of his just comfortable, position,
Sorry, Drone, you can't save yourself there. One spore will complete there in the natural, so he's spored up in time. That Adept, not actually all that effective. But now he's got 2 of them out, or the Oracle not all that effective. Oracle number 2 now joining the fray, and that means that Solo Queens might be in danger.
Could be in danger. He does have the spores here. It looks like he's just going to use them to poke at the mineral lines, get as much damage done as possible, and keep them alive so that he can keep them as a threat, but also as defense of that third base.
Just now hitting those warp gates in his main, and with a third just now started here, Deer not really feeling all that much pressure. However, this is the spot that he found himself in game number 1, and we all know how that ended with Solar having this great, sick timing for a big bust, and he was able to make that work then. Can he repeat that here in game number 3?
That is the question. He's going to get a nice scout here to start off. He's going to see literally everything that there is to see. Nothing too crazy. Just going to see the Forge Twilight Council. There's a Robo started, I would assume, at the third base. And after getting that scout, he feels comfortable enough to go into the 4th. Maybe it's the Forge. Maybe it's just the early 3rd. Either way, he does throw that down here.
Wow, all right, so neither player very interactive with each other. We've had a few drones killed there by those Oracles, but overwhelmingly not a lot going on. I mean, this is Frost, so you do see this fairly commonly. It's the biggest map in the map pool, and this is going to be round 2 for these Oracles to see what they can see.
And that is what Oracles do.
Well, and there now you can see even more.
Gonna get a nice revelation of that whole natural there.
Before we started this cast, I asked Valdez to be as unfunny as possible. I didn't actually, but I wish I had, because every time it laughs, I laugh. It's incredibly painful. So,
well, sorry about that, Ravid.
It's all your fault, Valdez.
I'll try to tone it down.
Oh, wow, actually, morphing, lifting, and oh my god, will he actually lose this drop overlord? It's, oh my god, he actually does not drop the Banelings out of there. That is unfortunate.
Well, he had no Banelings in there, actually. The Banelings just canceled and ran away.
Okay, I saw the animation. I thought they got lifted, but they actually ran away. I'm just going to blame being sick on all that. But either way, nice to see that little strat scouted out. This time it's the Protoss turn to push out first. Is there enough for Solar here to defend?
Really nice force fields, just not letting those Zerglings through. He is going to bust some of them with the Corrosive Vials now, but another great force field. He's continuing to put down this wall.
Oh, and they're actually, Stasis Ward's actually catching a few of those Zerglings. Banelings rolling in, and he actually does catch a few Stalkers, but nice lift there into the Warp Prism to keep this push alive.
Yeah, just really nice, but the Baneling hits were pretty good too, and he's running out of energy now. The Baneling's now trying to run into Blink Stalkers, which is never going to be what you want here.
We're get all the Zerglings back here in just a second, so Stasis Wards will not actually be able to save a few of these Stalkers. They are actually, whoa, nice blinks backwards, but this is just not going very well for Soul. Okay, it is going very well for Solar as he is able to push it back.
Yeah, just barely there. Really nice hold by Solar. That Hatchery able to tank a bunch of the damage, and the blink timing not really working out with the +1, having just barely enough to hold on, and that's really what he needs here, because tech is going to be delayed. You know, the production here from Deer, the fort base is going to be delayed. Meanwhile, Solar back at his base, it looks like he's just, again, making more and more army units. This time he's got a really nice economy, though, 68 drones. And he's going to have a really strong army. You see that Deer is trying to take up to Templar Archives now. He knows he needs some kind of AoE, perhaps, and adding in Archons is going to be good regardless. And let's see where this Warp Prism is going and how much damage it can do.
Deer up to almost 70 workers on just 3 bases, so that is some oversaturation right there. He needs to maybe work on getting his 4th out there, but of course now the question is, well, where do you expand as the Protoss? You already tried to push out and put pressure on the Zerg 4th, didn't work out. So now if you do expand northward, you're actually just expanding closer, and that's really never something you want to do. But oh my god, we're already having a 5th base thrown down, unscouted here, but here comes Deer with some nice Warp Prism harass.
He's got 4 Adepts on the low ground, and he's actually distracting with these. As the Warp Prism goes into the main, he could warp in again. It's going to take a while. Is he going to commit, though? No, it doesn't look like it. Just going to back out, get what damage he can get done at the 3rd base, and try to save what he's got in that Warp Prism.
Might actually be able to harass the 5th, but he once again does not know that that's actually being built. But a huge flood of Zerg across the map here. Frost is about to heat up, Valdez.
Oh yeah. Look at all that red
melted
too.
After these games.
That Baneling splash damage, the acidic ooze is just going to melt that Protoss army, perhaps.
Oh my god, here we go! Will there be force fields in time? Will they be good enough? There we go, protecting the entire Protoss army. The Ravager shots coming in to take them out. Actually, I think he killed some of his own Banelings there. But either way, they are running all the way through. Great Baneling hit there, but still a sizable amount of the Depths left alive.
Yeah, the Baneling hit's not as good as last game, and unfortunately, Deer was just really ready with the defense. He had the pylon walls. He had the force fields were on point as well. And even though Solar is really trying to use Ravagers as David Kim intended them to be used to break the force fields and go for attacks like this, it worked out in the last game, but in this one, not so much. And I think that really just comes down to Deer's preparation.
Yeah, he was trying to run his own units in there as well. I think he got some friendly fire damage down, but at least at the same time, he's able to defend this drop. He's got the Don't Drop Me Bro squad right there in the base, ready to meet and greet that very anti-social Warp Prism. Warp Prisms do not like to make friends with enemy units, man.
Oh yeah, they run in and they run out. They're like,
oh god, look at this. The depth pressures actually is killing off quite a few drones there before the Zerglings can react. Once again, that 5th base now up for Solar, unscouted, unharassed, and Solar with a ton of economy here, and just barely this 4th base started for Deer.
I wonder if Deer's going to be able to hold on this time at this 4th. It's definitely harder to defend.
Is that an observer he killed with
yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Nice.
Pretty nicely done there. And this time he's going to hit once again before Storm is ready. So this may be the moment he's going to charge in now.
Everything just now completing there. That cannon will just barely come online just in time to die.
Oh,
and with all
High
those
Templar! Unbelievable.
No!
And where are the force fields? So many of the units on the left side just being ran into by those Banelings and not much left over on the right side.
Okay, well, the Immortals do actually tank up a lot of Banelings there, and with so many Immortals, they should be able to at least hold on for a little bit longer.
Well, if he comes from behind with those Lings, this may be the end of them.
Actually just going to die. Oh my god. Solar, you're so sick.
The beast, man, he comes in today. What a boss.
Smashing that, and now there's no way that Deer will be able to hold that 4th base with only 2 Immortals. They're very, very wounded. Storm research will finish, but these are new High Templar that haven't been able to build up any energy.
Yeah, just the aggressive style from Solar, I think it's catching Deer off guard. He's had some nice defenses here and there, but this is just a relentless style. He's doing it on Frost, and it's great against this very high adept number style that we're seeing here. Look at this.
Banelings rolling in. Where are those connections? They're getting all the way back to the back line, trying to catch those High Templar, and everything dies for Deer. Solar in position to take a 3-0 in this SSL.
It's looking like it, man. He's just playing this Baneling Ling style with the Ravagers so well. That 4th base is long gone.
Gone, out of there, and even though Solar might pull back for now, what's in the future for Deer?
That's it. Solar takes a 3-0 over Deer.
Oh my god.
Head in hands for Deer, and Solar strolls out the arena.
Solar gets top bunk in the Samsung house tonight, man.
Oh man.
Deer's gonna have to buy him dinner after that one. That is incredibly dominant play by Solar, even coming back from a failed proxy hatch strategy in game 1. Solar just incredibly deserving of moving out.
Oh yeah.
On the round of 4.
He was controlling all those games. Even game 1, he was trying to get